I'm acknowledging that. I might not be using the words, I'm sorry I was late, but I'm acknowledging the fact that your time is important to me, and I thank you for waiting. Hello, lovelies. Welcome back to another live from anywhere video. Okay, so I'm literally in my Pilates clothes because I'm going to be going to Pilates a little bit later. Got up, got myself together, and put the clothes on because I'm intentional about, I know that is my plan to go. So I'm just here chilling at home, and I wanted to talk about 10 micro habits that help boost confidence. In my last live from anywhere video, I talked about confidence, like where it comes from, how you get it, like just all of my thoughts surrounding confidence. So today I wanted to kind of circle back to that, kind of like, I guess, part two, to talk about just micro habits to help boost confidence, because I know a lot of time people don't see themselves as we see them. And I love encouraging my friends to see their best selves like I see them, right? I'm like, girl, you are the ish, you are the bomb.com, you could do this, like you are a whole whatever, like you are all that in a bag of chips, right? But for some reason, sometimes, you know, that imposter syndrome, it kind of seeps in, and it just, I don't know, you decline, your confidence declines sometimes. And I get it, life be life, and just, you can feel like, you know what, I'm not my best self, or I just can't believe this is happening to me, or this is my life and I can't believe it, I don't deserve it. So many things go through our heads mentally that take a hit at our confidence. So let's just talk about some ways that, I mean, you could boost confidence. And I got my computer because I had actually wrote down a whole list of things, and I'm like, I'm not gonna remember any of that. So like, I have it here typed up, and I just want to kind of go through it, and hopefully this helps, and hopefully it is, you know, something that kind of just triggers thought and maybe shifts the mindset for somebody who could be dealing with some confidence issues, or maybe even some slight self-esteem issues. So I wanted to just dive into 10 micro habits that could help you boost confidence. Confidence is rarely built through dramatic actions. Seriously, it is built through micro practices that you do every single day in order to make it a routine, make it a habit, and then it just becomes kind of second nature. So the first micro habit I think that is super important, and that's easy to do, and it builds momentum, it builds discipline. It's something you can do every day, and it gives you a sense of accomplishment, a task achieved, you know, check the box. That is making your bed. Make your bed every day before you leave the house. It is just, I think, a mental thing that shifts, like kind of you coming into a home in the evening and your bed is freshly, you know, nicely made up, and when you turn the covers down, it's kind of like getting into something new, versus coming home and getting into a messy bed, sheets all balled up, and it's just not, it's not the same. So that's the very first thing. Make your bed, build some momentum, make this a daily practice, and this is going to be something that it builds discipline. The second thing is stand and sit with intentional posture. And this is especially when you out and about, and even practice this at home. Sit with your shoulders back, head held high, and with an intentional posture that says, I am confident about where I am, who I am, what I'm here to do, what my style and everything that is about me, I am very confident in that. And so I'm sitting in the sense that it reflects that. I'm not shrunken, I'm not, you know, kind of, you know, drawn into myself. I'm open, I am confident, and I am sitting with intention, ready to receive. So I think that is very important to do, because it just signals, it signals power, it signals strength, it signals confidence, okay? And the reason too why this works is because there is a thing about body language, and I know people can read that and understand it. And like I said, it shows confidence versus shrunken in, nervous, scared. I'm not confident in what I'm here for. I'm not confident in what I'm going to deliver or what I'm going to be doing. If you are open and you are intentional about how you posture yourself, it does signal, and people can read that. And we don't always know who's watching, but trust and believe there are people always watching how you are delivering, you know, what your intent, what your body language, and what your voice, your tone, your hand delivery, your art, how you articulate points, your vocabulary. People are watching, listening, and making whatever judgments they make and whatever assessments they make, and that's because they're reading the body language and just taking all of that in. So that's one micro habit that you can adjust to boost confidence, right? And it's the posture. The third thing is compliment yourself out loud every single day. This is very good because I'm oftentimes like in the mirror when I'm getting ready in the morning and I'm like, girl, this is so cute what you put on today. Like, this is the ish. Like, oh my God, your skin is looking so good, Sparkle. Like, oh my God, I'm so proud that I actually completed all the things that I needed to do today. Way to kind of get after it and stay disciplined and stay intentional about how you were moving with your time. Like, those things boost my confidence, boost my self-esteem, and make me feel like, you know what, I love myself. I care about myself. I'm taking the time to acknowledge myself and the things that I am able and capable of doing. So I think that that is very important as well, because it's self-talk. It's self-talk, and our self-talk needs to be positive to ourselves. It needs to encourage, we need to encourage ourselves. We need to boost ourselves. We need to lift ourselves up. We need to speak life into ourselves. So that's why I think the language that you use out loud with yourself is very important. Even in your head, even the language that you are using in your head about yourself. Some people be thinking like, oh my God, like I don't feel like in their head, I'm just speaking it out loud, but they be like, I don't feel like I should be here. Like this is so out of my league. This is so out of my lane. Like, no, you are meant to be where you are, and you are there for a reason, and show up in that, walk in that. So that is the micro habit number 3. Compliment yourself daily. Take some time to do that. And maybe the best time to do that is very first thing in the morning when you are getting yourself together. Start your day with positive talk, positive mindset, positive internal talk. Start your day with that, because as you start your day with that and you progress throughout the day, like, that's already kind of giving you the extra that you need when you step out into the world. It's kind of like we talk about praying before you leave the house, covering yourself, covering your family, all of that, because no weapon formed against you shall prosper. So that's what you want to do when you're with your self-talk, complimenting yourself. If you do it for yourself before you leave the house, when you leave the house, it's kind of like these words don't matter. Whatever people thinking, saying, the jabs they trying to, throw, the shots they trying to fire, like, that's I'm not even whatever, right? So that's the vibe. Talk to yourself, boost yourself up, self-talk, care, all of that. You are the ish. Tell yourself that, okay? Let's go to the fourth one. The fourth one was wear one thing that makes you feel powerful. And I'm kind of all about this, because I feel like for me, a structured blazer is gonna hit every time. And sometimes it ain't even structured for me. It's oversized. I like that vibe. But wear something that makes you feel powerful, something that makes you feel really good, that boosts your confidence, that make you feel like I am the ish in this. Whether it is a form-fitting dress because you've been in the gym and body is tea, so you gonna wear a form-fitting dress. If that's what it is, perfectly fine. Like I said, if it's a structured blazer, it could be your favorite pair of shoes. It could be you doing a new lippy today. Maybe you're doing a red bold lip. Those are things that make you feel like, oh, I look good today. Or I feel powerful. I feel really good. I feel in control. I feel really confident. That is something that will continue to boost your confidence, especially when you know you love what you are wearing or the thing that you have on that makes you feel powerful. So that is the number 4 micro habit. These things are enforcing identity, okay? So that is why it's important. You are creating discipline. You are enforcing identity. You are changing your mindset with the positive self-talk. All of these things, if you continue to practice, I can't even talk, these micro habits, it will change your life and become a part of you. You will become her, right? All of these things that you're doing and practicing, it will just become second nature and you will become her. So let's go into the 5th thing. I'm so congested. I have been battling a little, I shouldn't say little because it was bad, a cold, but I'm trying to get over it, but I know I still feel nasally. And I feel like I need to flush my nose or whatever, blow my nose out. So anyway, bear with me. But let's go into the fifth thing. The fifth thing was take up physical space, okay? And this kind of goes back to being open and intentional about your posture and how you're sitting and how you're standing. This is kind of along the same lines of that, because if you are taking up space, you're not shrinking yourself. You are avoiding apologizing. You are unapologetically you in the space that you are in. And that is ownership. That is confidence, right? Your body communicates that. And that's a vibe. That is a vibe. When I know I have a big personality, and I don't know if I have a big personality. Maybe if I know that my personality does precede me, and I feel like how I present myself, how I show up, my authentic me, my style of dress, I feel like when people encounter me or have engaged with people and I come into a space, I feel like all of that is felt. It precedes me, right? Even before maybe I start talking. And that's, I think, a very good thing. And it has taken me some years to get there, because I have put in work in these latter years of my life to really become confident in who I am, to really get to know me, and to really be confident in what I say, what I think, stand on this is what it is because this is for me, or this serves me, or because it does not serve me. I can be 100% authentic in the fact that this is what I want or don't want, or I'm gonna allow or not allow, or tolerate or not and I feel like that shows, that is reflective in my style, like knowing your identity, all these things. It is about you knowing who you are, and when you know who you are, you can be authentically you and take up space, meaning be yourself in the spaces that you are in. Now, I do believe like you have to read the room, and you don't want to be overwhelming in a sense. And I don't even know if that, I'm definitely not saying shrink yourself. I'm just saying, let me give you an example. This was so funny because I worked in a space that was really, a corporate space. And one day I wore to work a hair wrap on my head. And my husband was like, "Now, babe, you shouldn't be wearing that to work, right?" My thing is I always was somewhat rebellious, and I wanted to buck the system, and I wanted to fight back against that, because I'm like, you should be able to wear whatever you want to wear. You should be able to be authentic and show up, and people. I will say this though, when I say read the room, understanding where you are, your position, your role, how you are aligning yourself with your career goals and your passions. If you work in that type of space, that wearing something like that could be seen as, there could be assessments and there could be judgments made. And with that, I'm saying that's what I'm saying, consider reading the room. That may not be something that's conducive for you, because people in those rooms may have your career in their hands, right? And maybe they may judge that or assess that as like, I'm not feeling that. Why would she wear that to work type of thing? Well, now I can't put her in front of, this other CEO, or put her in front of, $1 million client that I'm trying to win, because this is how she's going to represent us, wearing this type of thing. So I know I do not like that. I get it though. That's the world we live in, and corporate standards and all of those things apply sometimes silently, but that's what I mean. You don't want to be overwhelming, but be authentic. That's the point. Let me just sum it up in that way. Take all that I have said, however you will. Take what you need, leave what you don't need. But that's the point I'm making, is to be considerate of, or not to be considerate, but to consider the rooms that you will be in and how you show up, but still take up space, okay? Let's go move on to the sixth one. The sixth micro habit was ask one question in a meeting or conversations. Asking questions shows that, one, you have something to say. And sometimes when you don't ask questions, or you don't interject, your thoughts, your mindset on things, your understanding, your clarity, sometimes it can be seen as, okay, well, you don't have any thoughts on this, so you are in agreement, or whatever the case may be. But this builds voice confidence, speaking your thoughts and being comfortable in rooms where your voice can be heard and should be heard. So it's you practicing the fact that you can speak, you can articulate, you can take your time to deliver points that you want to deliver, to ask questions, to gain clarity. You have a say in the different conversations. So it is practicing your voice and what you are thinking and able to articulate. It's just giving you confidence. It's giving you the speaking confidence that you need. So that's important. That is important. Always show up, hear yourself speak, and practice taking the time to articulate your thoughts and having some input, having some feedback. That's important. So let's move on to the 7th micro habit. Keep one daily promise to yourself. And this is something simple. This is like, say you're gonna drink, a gallon of water in a day. Keep the promise if you can. You're gonna be on the toilet a lot, going back and forth to the toilet, but keep the promise to yourself. If you say you're gonna work out for 10 minutes, work out for 10 minutes. Don't make excuses. Do like I did. Put the workout clothes on because you are intentional. If you get dressed for it, you are more likely to go ahead and do it. And mind you, I pay for Pilates, and so those sessions ain't cheap. So absolutely, I'm gonna be there. But that is the point. Commit to yourself. And these are easy things. Like this morning, I said to myself, I was gonna get up and I was gonna do my journaling. I was gonna do my stretch, and I stretch every single morning regardless. I was gonna do my reading, because I'm reading 2 books right now, and I wanted to do a chapter of the one that I had set down for a little bit. But I said I'm going to take the time to do that, and I committed to doing it. I did all of those things. Got up, did my journaling, did my stretching. I read for I want to say actually 30 minutes because I was in the bathroom. So I read, and those are commitments to yourself. This is you saying, I'm gonna take the time to do what I need to do for me. And mind you, granted, we all work, and sometimes we get caught up and the timing doesn't, the timing is not on our side. And I'm home today for training, so it works out. But even if you have to adjust your day, your time, I have to step away from the office. I have to go to my car for 30 minutes. I gotta go and do, because I'm going to keep the commitment to myself. Like, that is important to me, because you are important and you matter just as much as the work you got to do for somebody else, just as much as the work in the office is going to be there when you come back, just as much as the work in the office, and if something happened to you, they will hire somebody else to do it the next day. So that's what I mean by keep the promises to yourself, because you come first. Like, legitly, that is the mindset that you gotta adopt. In order to boost your confidence, you have to know that you come first. I have to take care of me. I have to speak life over myself. I got to build my own discipline. I got to encourage myself. I have to have practice hearing my own self voice. Like, those are important things to do. So this is one thing, like I said too, confidence equals like self-trust, for real. When you have confidence in yourself, you trust yourself to show up and to deliver. I have confidence in the fact that I'm just confident in myself, and I'm coming on camera and showing up for myself and showing up for you to deliver something that I'm thinking about, that I hope that will help you. Now, I don't have all the words. I don't know what all to say. I'm not 100% all, together. Sometimes it's all over the place, but I am showing up and I'm trusting myself to speak what needs to be Okay, see what I'm saying? I trust myself to speak and to deliver what needs to be delivered. I trust myself to take the time to think about how I can articulate this point. But that's the goal, okay? Show up for yourself, commit to yourself, keep promises to yourself. And I have promised myself I'm going to continue to practice and show up in my authentic self and do my live from anywhere. And no matter how messy it can get, and it seems sometimes, I'm showing up because I want to do this for me, and then secondly, I want to do it for you. So keep promises to yourself, okay? Let's move on to, we are on the 8th one, the 8th micro habit. Reduce unnecessary apologies. And this is so important. Apologizing is just not, it's not the vibe, right? I learned this myself recently. You want to reclaim authority. So apologizing I don't want to give my authority away. So here's a way that I have learned that I can shift giving my authority away, and I can continue to reclaim my authority, but still acknowledge that what I may have done or me being late to a meeting. Let's just use that as an example. I'm going to continue to reclaim my authority and not give that away, even though I know I'm late to this meeting. So if I show up late, I'm going to say, instead of saying, oh, I'm sorry, I'm late, I'm going to say, thank you for waiting on me. I know your time is valuable. I appreciate it. Let's get started. Like, I have learned that recently. And you see how powerful that feels, and how I even felt powerful saying that. I'm just practicing it right now. But that is me claiming and reclaiming all of the authority. Yes, I acknowledge that I am late in saying that your time is valuable, and I thank you for waiting for me. I'm acknowledging that. I might not be using the words, I'm sorry I was late, but I'm acknowledging the fact that your time is important to me, and I thank you for waiting. Like, I feel like that is so powerful. Like, honest to goodness, just saying it. Like, I'm like, but I learned that not long ago myself from, I think I was watching a YouTube video, and the girl was talking about how, you can just make some slight changes to, same thing. It wasn't about boosting your confidence, but it was about something. If I can find the video, I will link it. But it was so good. And she said that. And I'm just like, you know what? That is very, very true. And it's so important to do. And we oftentimes, and I feel like, you know what, as I'm talking about this, apologizing, it always shrinks you. It always shrinks you. Now that I think about it, even when I say, I'm sorry, when I walk to the door and somebody's on the other side and I open it really quickly, like, I'm not sorry for that. I was opening the door. You just happened to be there. And so instead of saying, I'm sorry, I can say, oh, excuse me. or something else that does not give away my authority and make it seem like I'm wrong at what I was doing. Because I'm not always wrong at what I'm doing, but we oftentimes use that verbiage. I'm sorry. No, you're not sorry. Unless you're sorry. Are you sorry? Like, sorry. Like, are you a loser? Are you sorry? No, you are not. So that is not the verbiage we want to use. We want to claim our authority and reclaim our authority. And so, just like I said, the slight shifts in how you show up and how you talk, these boost your confidence and reclaim authority. So, reducing the unnecessary apologies, okay? Let's move on. Number 9 was keep a proof of capability note. And this is kind of like write one thing that you handled well, and this becomes like a personal kind of confidence archive. And actually, I use this in a way that I have a gratitude journal, and this is really so important for this particular one, because if you don't remember to write notes for yourself every day, and you just like feel like that's gonna be something that doesn't seem like it'll fit into something I could do daily, get you a gratitude journal, because that will do exactly that. You can say in a capability journal, if it's something to do with work, like I spoke up with authority when I briefed this brief I had today at work. In the gratitude journal, I will put that I'm grateful that I had the confidence to speak up with clarity and articulate all the points that I needed to make in reference to this project that I have going on at work. I'm grateful that I trusted myself to take my time and truly articulate, and it just made me feel so confident, and I'm just really, really grateful for that moment. Right? That is something that I will put in my gratitude journal. If I came home and I relaxed with my husband and my son and we just chilled and I totally enjoyed that, I would put, I am so grateful for the time that I spent with my husband and my son this afternoon. It was just so relaxing, and I was filled with joy and love, and I'm just happy that I got the opportunity to have those moments with them. So this is what this is saying. Capability. No, you are capable of enjoying yourself, showing gratitude, and actually acknowledging the things that you have done, because you are capable. And that's the point of this. The things that you are capable for and the things that you have achieved through your capability, you want to remind yourself of that, because that is what's going to continue to boost your confidence. Continue to have the positive self-talk over what you know you can do, because you've already achieved it based on the capabilities. You've written it down in your gratitude journal. So that's why that is important, okay? Let's move on to number 10. Number 10, I said end the day with one small win. So this is ask yourself, kind of like, what did you do well today? This is basically training your brain. It's the progress instead of inadequacy. My thing with this kind of goes back to the gratitude journal. The gratitude journal is going to help you identify the things that you have achieved, that you are grateful for, and the things that you have, like I said, done. What do you think is a win for you? What have you done today that you are excited about and that you want to write down or that you want to share? And it could be big or small, it doesn't even matter. A small win could be, I wake up in the morning and I committed to doing 10 push-ups. And I'm so happy that I did my 10 push-ups. And actually I did 15, right? So that's a win for me. And I'm grateful for that. That's how you use that. That is exactly how you acknowledge and just take the time to commend yourself. Big or small is the point. Take the time to acknowledge the wins and to really, really, really encourage yourself and boost your confidence by reading that. Go back at the end of the week after you've taken some time to write down your wins, to train yourself in your discipline, in your look at what you've accomplished. If you go back and you write down those things, you know what? I committed to myself. I said I was going to make my bed every day. I said that I was going to do this. I said that I was going to, all of these things. And at the end of the week, if you've documented that in your gratitude journal, now you could go back and read that and say, wow, I am so proud of you for doing what you said that you was going to do, for committing to yourself, for keeping promises to yourself. Like, that is so commendable. You are so great. You are all that in a bag of chips. You are deserving. Like, that is what you can go back and do. And I'm hoping and praying that will boost your confidence. I know it will boost your confidence. Okay, so I hope that this was helpful. I got some work to do, so I'm going to get off of here and then go get my work done. But I hope, like I said, that this was helpful, and I hope that you've taken some things from these micro habits and you are going to take some things and put them into work for yourself. Even if it's 2 of them, even if it's 5 of them, even if it's all of them, it does not matter. Hopefully it's helpful and that you can incorporate some of these into your daily life and boost your confidence. So until next time, I love you guys. Bye.